Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the seventh video of the Tableau Desktop New Features series. In this video, we will go through the feature of creating rounded corners natively in Tableau Desktop. This feature was introduced in Tableau version 2026.1. Before proceeding with the video, there is a small request from my side. If this is the first time you're visiting my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel for getting the latest updates. Without any further delay, let us go into the video. From Tableau version 2026.1 onwards, we can create rounded corners natively in Tableau Desktop. This new feature ensures that we do not need to use any additional tools for achieving the rounded corners. Have you noticed how modern apps today rarely use sharp edges anymore? From websites to mobile apps, everything feels softer, cleaner, and more polished. And now, Tableau has finally introduced rounded corners as a native feature in Tableau Desktop. Although this may sound like a very small update, this is one of those subtle design upgrades that can completely change how professional your dashboard looks. So, what is the rounded corners feature all about? Rounded corners is a new formatting option that is available natively in Tableau Desktop, which allows us to add curved edges to containers and other items, soften dashboard sections, create modern UI style layouts and give a polished look to the dashboards, and improve visual aesthetics without using image hacks. Previously, if we wanted rounded corners sections, we had to create images using an external tool as a workaround technique. Now, since it is natively possible, the process is very simple and clean. This feature can now be included as part of the formatting capability. The first question is, where is the rounded corners features present in the Tableau workspace? We need to navigate to a dashboard page. We need to change the layout option to floating. Next, we need to add a horizontal container. Select the container. Next, go to the layout pane of the dashboard. For this example, let us add a black border and change the background color to yellow. This is to ensure that it is easy to view the changes done to the container. Select the container, and under the background formatting we can see the corner radius setting. This is the rounded corners feature. Click on the drop down caret in the corners radius section. This will expand the drop down menu. By default, all the corners equal option is selected. This will provide all four corners the same rounding. We can either input a value for the corner radius or use the arrows to increase or decrease the values. Let us input the value as 24 and click enter. Now we see that the container has curved edges on all sides. If required, we can deselect the all corners equal and input individual values for the top left and top right, bottom left, bottom right options. We can set the corner radius by default to 0 to ensure that the respective corners do not have any rounded corners. For this example, let us change the bottom left and bottom right values to 0. Now we see that the corner of the top sides have curved edges, whereas the bottom two corners have the default sharp edges. Small values will result in subtle rounding. Large values will result in a more pill shaped effect. We can start with subtle rounding, say values of 5 to 12, but a word of caution is that too much rounding can make the dashboard item look cartoonish. Apart from containers, let us check the different items to which we can apply the rounded corners in a dashboard. Let us drag and drop sheet 1 from the left hand side into the dashboard canvas. With the sheet selected, let us navigate to the layout tab. Similarly, let us change the border of the sheet, and let us change the background color to match the worksheet background. Here too we can change the corner radius setting. Now we can see that the sheet has rounded corners on all four sides. Next, let us drag and drop a text object into the canvas area. Let us enter a sample text. For this option also, let us add a border as well as a background color. For this text box also, we can select the required corner radius so that we see the text box now too has rounded corners. Finally, let us drag and drop an image object into the dashboard area. Let us browse and select the required image and center the image. Here too, let us set the border as we had done for the previous options and select a background color. We can select the corner radius setting and apply the required corner radius for this object. Hence, we can apply the corner radius setting to apply rounded corners to individual items like containers, worksheets, text boxes, and images. We can also apply rounded corners to filters, legends, highlighters, that is basically anything that we can add from a worksheet. Let us now check out a simple use case with a sample Superstore dataset dashboard. We have here a reference dashboard. By default, all the items that are present in the dashboard have the default sharp corners. The containers have background color and outer padding settings as per specific requirements. We can modify the padding settings and add white spaces when working with the rounded corners. Let us navigate to the layout tab of this dashboard. In the item hierarchy, let us select the sales KPI container under the KPI metrics container. Let us change the rounded corners values to 24 for all the corners. We observe that the KPI card now has a rounded corners, and this gives a more modern look like a mobile app. Let us next select the sales trend container under the sales trend and container level details container. Let us change the corner radius value to 24. In this case, let us change it to 12. We observe that the sales trend width is also updated to have rounded corners. In a similar manner, we can apply rounded corners to the other items in a dashboard.